October 23rd, seeking support from South American allies, U.S. Secretary of State Dean Rusk addresses the Organization of American States, which quickly adopts a resolution calling for the immediate dismantling of the ballistic missiles. At 7:06 p.m., President Kennedy signs Proclamation 3504 to officially blockade Cuba. Naval forces begin moving into position, with orders to board and search any ship suspected of carrying offensive weapons. New low-altitude photo reconnaissance provides detailed evidence of additional SAM and ballistic missile sites. At 9:30 p.m., U.S. Attorney General Robert Kennedy visits Ambassador Dobrynin at the Soviet embassy. The ambassador maintains that the offensive missiles do not exist in Cuba. Meanwhile, the president orders the blockade ring to be contracted from 800 to 500 miles, to give the Soviets more time to turn back their ships and to prevent a violent confrontation at sea that could lead to war. More ominously, the Strategic Air Command, responsible for the U.S.'s strategic bombers and ballistic missiles, is placed on DEFCON 2. This alert level is just one step away from all-out nuclear war. It is the only time in history that this has occurred. As U.S. ships take their new positions, Soviet submarines patrol the waters of the Caribbean to protect their vessels. The U.S. Navy is unaware that they are equipped with nuclear-tipped torpedoes, and if attacked, could push the crisis to the point of no return. Khrushchev condemns the blockade in a telegram to President Kennedy, adding that Soviet ships will be ordered to ignore it.
Mr. President, if you coolly weigh the situation which has developed, not giving way to passions, you will understand that Soviet Union cannot fail to reject the arbitrary demands of the United States.
Crowds of protesters converge on U.S. embassies around the world as public opinion turns against the United States. The blockade is seen to be aggravating the situation, pushing the world one step closer to nuclear war. October 25th. In a significant turn of events, and contrary to Khrushchev's previous statement, the Soviet Union turns back 14 ships. While the blockade is successful in preventing new weapons from reaching Cuba, it does nothing to address the weapons already in place, weapons that are about to become fully operational. Soviet technicians work around the clock to prepare R-12 medium-range missiles for launch. Unbeknownst to U.S. intelligence analysts, these missiles have a greater range than initially thought, with the ability to reach not just Washington, but New York City in less than 15 minutes. To swing international support to their side, the U.S. presents photographic evidence to the UN Security Council and challenges the Soviet delegate to explain.
Do you, Ambassador Zorin, deny that the USSR has placed and is placing medium and intermediate range missiles and sites in Cuba? Yes or no? Don't wait for the translation, yes or no?
Lord Stevenson, would you continue your statement, please? You will receive the answer in the due course. Do not worry.
I'm prepared to wait for my answer until hell freezes over, if that's your decision.
After the contentious UN meeting, the crisis continues to escalate as Khrushchev orders Soviet armed forces into an advanced state of readiness.